Let's talk about travel a little bit and just the grind of what you
Mm.
do. When you're going, and you're performing and in tour, how do you find that you're able to keep up with it? I feel like what gets often lost in the story of an artist is like at the end of the day, you are performing. Like
Mhm.
it's a real workout. You have to sound good. Your
Yeah.
vocals need to be great.
Yeah.
Like it's a real show you're putting on
When I was younger, I was like, it was easy.
because your body recovers fast.
Yeah,
And
like
if you're hungover, you can kind of get away with it.
yeah, I could have went out 4 or 5 nights a week and gotten away with it, but that changed very fast. Wow.
Yeah.
And it was fun, and you're just excited by the whole thing. And then the older you get, I remember like around COVID, I remember like starting to feel like, okay, this is what they were talking about with the hangovers and things like that. Okay, when you say you hit 25 or 26 and it starts to go, yeah, I get that now. I'm on a 2 or 3 day hangover kind of deal these days. This past tour, for instance, like I really felt like in order for me to support an arena show for 90 minutes with 20 odd songs in it, I need to be as fit as a fiddle. I need to really take care of myself. I didn't drink the whole year.
Wow.
Actually, I drank once. It was in Boston, funnily enough. I just played 2 nights at Madison Square Garden and a night at the Xfinity Center. And I was like, I'm definitely having a drink. I've got 2 days off.
And you were hungover for the next 2 days.
Then I was in bed. But I think I drank once the whole year, and it made such a difference to like my clarity, the way I felt about everything, and the way the effect it has on my sleep and things like that. I know we're going into like whoop chat here, but it paid me dividends. I've never felt better. When I looked at pictures of myself, I thought, oh, he's in good shape.
He looks healthy.
I look decent. I look healthy.
There's a good looking guy.
This time around this time of year, it's not great. I think my Whoop, when I opened up the app today, it laughed at me. I had a busy week of travel. So especially that last tour, I took it really seriously, and I wanted to like have optimal rest wherever I could get it. Sleeping on the back of a bus, traveling across America, is not conducive to perfect sleep. But I would, take naps where I could, and like work out, and like try and guzzle water, and try and do as much as I possibly could without turning into a robot. Try and do like the basics and do them well.
So a show would typically start at what time?
8:30.
So 8:30 and finish what, 10:30?
10:15 maybe.
What would you do kind of that day leading up to the show?
Get up, straight away go to the gym. So I bring like a mini gym set up
right out of the gates.
Yeah, straight at it. Gets rid of that grogginess, like
get your body moving.
That period of an hour where you feel sorry for yourself when you wake up. It's just like, I need something to kickstart me for the day, and I'm kind of one of those, like, I don't go crazy on the workouts. Like, I've actually had to tell my trainer to kind of pull it back a little bit, because I couldn't like go all out, but by 8:30 I'm like
tired. Yeah.
And there's obviously different stuff you do during the day.
So more bands, core work, maybe your heart rate's lower.
Yeah, I kind of like, I won't, I'll get into zone two a couple of times, but nothing more restorative. Just kind of just
get your body moving.
If I know I'm going to train for a year, I don't need to be battering myself every day. It's not like I'm going to try and play 90 minutes of football or play a PGA Tour event, but just get into good enough shape. I'm big on food as well. Like I try to eat as clean as I possibly can where I can, and it makes such a difference when you just concentrate on these things.
What's your diet look like?
Diet generally is pretty good, like fish and chicken and veg and rice and things like.
That's good.
Yeah, and obviously when you're traveling, it's harder.
Will you eat 3 meals on the day of a performance before you perform?
You know what? I'm more of a protein shake person in the morning. Okay. Straight after, I'll get up, work out on an empty stomach, and have a shake after that, and then lunch not long after that.
Okay.
And I'll try and eat, I'll try to have a huge lunch. So at dinner time, I eat about an hour and a half, 2 hours before the show. So it's not just like sat there. I also try and stay away from like spicy food, because I struggle a bit with like acid reflux and things like that. So if I'm on stage and it's
that's right. I mean, you have to be dialed.
You have to really, like, it has to be plain. Like, my dinner has to be very plain and basic, and try and keep it as clean as I can with no sauces or anything like that, because I can't have that repeating on me.
And you might do like a nap in the afternoon.
Yeah, if the workout was big, or if sometimes I'll work out outside, and I'll play at a lot of these amphitheaters where there's like a lot of outdoor space. And if I work out outdoors, you're tired, you're just exhausted from the heat and stuff. So I do try and get like even if it's like half an hour in the middle of the afternoon, I try my best to get that in. Yeah.
Are you a caffeine guy?
I went through a period where I was, yeah, absolutely. I've kind of slowed it down a bit, but I do more like if I was drinking early. Like I'd have maybe an espresso when I first get up, try and keep it black with the fast, try and do a little bit of intermittent fasting if I can. I won't eat after the show. Sometimes I will if I'm really hungry, but
that helps with your sleep to not eat after the show.
Yeah. Yeah. And probably what you need to be eating at that time of night is carbs. And, carbs are not crazy bad, but they're just better things to be eating when you're trying to sleep. And you probably tell me more than that, but I'm guessing that's the deal. And then I'll try and work out at like 9:30, and then take it from there.
And do you ever, like the morning of a show, forget that you have a show almost, like because you're just in such a routine of doing shows, and it then kind of come 3 p.m. you're like, okay, I gotta perform tonight.
It is funny how your brain clicks into gear after a certain time. Like I'll do once sound check happens. Sound check's usually at about 3:30,
okay,
4:00 maybe, and then after I finish my sound check, then to start thinking about opening up the doors and the fans, and if you're in a room where you can see the street and you see people arriving, you're like,
okay,
all right,
let's go.
They're here for me, are they?
Yeah.
So you do get your mornings feel like mornings, like anyone else. You get up, do your workout, do some emails, do things like that, and then there comes a point in the middle of the afternoon where it's like, okay, let's switch the engines on. I need to do something this afternoon.
And you won't need caffeine or anything before a show, or
so if I'm tired, I'll have a little espresso just to kick it off. But I try not to, because I'm already going to be buzzing off the adrenaline of the show after it. I don't need the caffeine in on top of that. So I'm trying to come down from the show as quick as I can. So the first thing I do when I get off stage is get a hot shower. Like say hello to nobody. Close the dressing room door.
And you probably have a bunch of like VIPs or friends.
There'll be friends, yeah. Well, not every night. In the big cities, there's like obviously like New York, London, LA, but there's all that kind of thing. And even actually on this tour, I tried to actually limit that as much as I possibly can, especially on the big ones where there's a record label are there, friends are there, blah blah blah. If I say no to everyone, then no one can complain. It's like, I seen him. So I after the show, straight into a hot shower, steam myself obviously, and just get into my chilled gear and just try and, because you're up there, the last song is potentially the faster or the most up tempo, the most higher energy song of the night. Crowd's
had a few drinks at that point.
Everyone's fired up. I'm fired up. The band are fired up. The energy's.
It's hard to come down from that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a feeling that has never changed.